Greetings, stellar viewer. Right off the bat, I wanted to acknowledge I am currently on the tail end of a cold, so you may hear a little bit of nasaliness, voice cracking, stuff like that. It is what it is. It is what it is. I attempted to make this video about a month back, but a little bit more life happened, and at the time I remember not feeling great about publishing it. I still feel like there was a lot that I didn't say, and so I didn't. And now, a month later, we are almost on the eve of the new year, and I am finally ready to talk about this year. And if you don't follow me elsewhere, like if you're not following me on like Instagram, even though I haven't really been as active on Instagram or on TikTok, then you probably have not seen me in quite a while. Or even if you do follow me there, I know that there's been a lot of different things going on, like algorithm wise and everything. So, which I will be talking about in this video. But yeah, in the spirit of me going into the new year, I have decided that I don't want to wait until things are absolutely perfect for me to make an attempt at anything. I'm just going to go for it. And so, yeah, here we go. I do have about halfway left of this cup of hot chocolate, which has been soothing for my sore throat. So I'm gonna take a sip of that and then we will get into it. So because this year has been just a lot, very overwhelming, there's been a lot of good and there's been a lot of the other. And I feel like those words, good and bad, don't necessarily equate to the different situations and circumstances. There's just been a lot of happenings and a lot that I've learned about myself, and a lot that I've learned about what I want out of my life, and more importantly, what I want sort of reflected in the relationships I have in the community that I choose. And so I guess first up, I want to talk about the very last time that I posted and what happened immediately following that, and just kind of go in order. And just so I don't forget anything, I have like my iPad is over here with a few things, just because it's been a lot this year and I didn't want to forget mentioning anything. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about losses, job loss, friendship loss. Lost my mind a couple times. Stuff about the TikTok ban that is looking very imminent. And just 2024 in general. Last time I posted 10 to 11 months ago. I can't really put into words even to this very moment, but I found myself in a situation. I was in this car accident and I can't really describe exactly what happened or how I felt, and maybe someday I will be able to, but essentially there was an 18-wheeler and there was me in my car, and then there was no more car. And that was by far one of the scariest moments of my life. And for a while, I didn't want to drive. I couldn't drive. It was just too hard being behind the wheel, and I was very antsy and I was restless, and it was rough. It was really, really rough. And the recovery took and it's still taking a while. So that was kind of how I started my year. I choose to kind of see the new year as in the springtime instead of in the midst of winter. So while the calendar year is January 1st, I see the springtime as the renewal, the coming back to life and blooming of a lot of things. So metaphorically speaking, my new year started with a bang, and not necessarily in the best way. So it took a bit to just kind of really figure out what my new normal was. As some of you who may follow me on my Instagram and have followed me there for a couple years, I would do a lot of travel content, and me and my car, we went many places together. So that was the first loss of the year that really shook me to my core. Just a moment, I'm gonna take a sip. Okay, so that was that. Next up, over the summer, there was a relationship that kind of fell apart that I had for a few years. Me and one of my friends, for a few years, we were really close, met through TikTok, and there were just a lot of differences that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I cherish differences in general. However, it got to a point where with this particular relationship, it became more of, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there was things that this person needed that I couldn't fill. And it was unfair to both of us to try to make something into what it wasn't, if that makes any sense. And that stung quite a bit. However, it was not going to be, at the time I didn't know, but at the time that happened, several months following it, there was another relationship that I was going to lose. My best friend of, I don't even know, so many years. She had been there with me through so much, and vice versa. And I feel like we both kind of grew up alongside each other. And unfortunately, and it seems, this is gonna sound like a cop-out answer because it wasn't just politics, but she had turned into someone, and as much as I love to try to be everything as much as I can, I felt I was losing bits of myself trying to hold on so tightly to this relationship. And we stopped talking at the end of the summer, and there's something so raw about having like a chosen family. I have not had a great relationship with my family, and maybe someday I will be able to be open about that more on here and kind of talk about that type of stuff. But she was my sister in a lot of ways. But unfortunately, her views and her choices directly impacted my other family, my other chosen family, my other groups of people that I align myself with. And we went from talking every single day for years to never speaking again. What a hole that left in me, knowing that it was the right decision for us to part ways, but knowing that we never got the closure, but also recognizing that the closure was in that silence. The closure was in the no return call, no text back, nothing of the sort. And I am the type of person that I typically, I used to be the type of person rather, that I would give chance after chance after chance to my own detriment. And I couldn't allow that anymore in my life. So around that same time, in August, I got back, like I said, end of summer. So end of summer, I got back from a trip to Louisiana to visit family, my grandmother and everything. And some of you may or may not know, depending on what you've seen of my post, but my grandmother had been diagnosed officially with dementia. And that has been, I've mentioned, like a living grief to see someone that you have, who was raised you, who is the strongest person that you have ever met in your life, become an echo of herself, was and is just painful. It's painful. And to know that, for the most part, that person doesn't remember you. I don't wish it on anyone. I don't wish it on anyone. But at the time, in August, I was working for a job that had very strict like time off policies. And with me being out from my car accident earlier in the year, also was diagnosed with PCOS. And that made for painful days where I just could not get out of bed. I did not have enough days to cover my being off, and I told them respectfully, there's no way that I won't be visiting home again more often. And so we parted ways, and that job was, for its own separate reasons, that job was a mess. But I lost my job because of it. And it just seemed I was taking L after L after L. And I just kind of had to accept it, because what other options did I have? You know what I mean? In between the accident, the friendship losses, I really had to start, I realized towards the end of this year that I really needed to start seeing people as they are and not how I wanted them to be, no matter how hard I tried. I just can't force things that aren't meant to be. And then with my grandmother and my job loss, the only thing that I had rather consistently was content creating. And when I heard about, which this isn't the first time, but when I heard about there being plans to ban TikTok and all of the struggles that I've had not everything has been a struggle on the app, but more so in regards to content creator suppression, everything with like the TikTok shop, and I have many opinions on that. I kind of realized that TikTok really was not what it used to be, and as great as it is to change and evolve, it only counts as progress if you're going in a good direction. But the app has become something like a QVC. And unfortunately, if you don't have something to sell, because every third or fourth video is a TikTok shop post, or it is a sponsored video or something of the sort. And as a previous full-time content creator, I attempted to do it all, like to really monetize and work very diligently to reach my audience. I found myself being offered by the app to pay them to promote my own content. And I did make a TikTok post about this about several weeks back. And with the amount lately of the appeals that I've had to put in on my own original content, I had to explain in the appeal process of the video violations that I would get from the app. I had to explain to them, this is all my original content. And what I believe is happening is because the app is likely going to be banned in the US next month in January. They're just trying to get all the money that they can now. And so they're prioritizing the TikTok shop video posts. And it's really unfortunate because I follow so many fantastic creators, so many. And I know the audience that I've built up over the years. Almost 200,000 people follow me. It's my largest platform that I have. Unfortunately, if you are not making the app money, you do not get priority. And that is just the truth of it. Time and time again, that is what I've seen and noticed. And someday, I think I will go, maybe next month, talking about someday, but next month I do plan on kind of breaking down more so the conspiracy of TikTok and its algorithm and everything like that. So, that's kind of been my year. All of that being said, I've been kind of in a weird limbo state between doing what I love to do and, you know, doing it for the love of the game, if you will, but also I do it for the people who have entrusted me with a follow. And I've never taken that lightly, but they've entrusted me to put out content that they enjoy, and to know that not even 1% on my largest platform sees me is very disheartening. And so when I heard that the app TikTok may be banned, I accepted it. All I can do is hope that I can get a lot of the people who follow me there across my platforms. That's all I can do at the end of the day, is hope. So, in closing, 2024 has been a year of immense struggle. It has been a year that I absolutely am not interested in doing over again. No, thank you. But if you've watched this all the way through, or even part of it, thank you. I will be posting more regularly on YouTube There's several things that I have wanted to do in terms of like short form documentary style videos, ASMR videos as well. And yeah, I really want to get into YouTube because as much as I've said in the past, I don't enjoy longer form content. I'm kind of changing my perspective on that, and nothing is wrong with that. So I want to thank you for watching. Sorry, I'm so sick. Well, I'm recovering, but I'm sorry I'm not like as energetic and things like that. Not that this video would have required high energy regardless, considering this is a end of year reflections post. But I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you being here with me and going into another year with me. And I hope that it's good. No matter what happens, I wish nothing but the best for you and for me as well. So I know there are a lot of uncertainty, uncertain times rather, well, both upcoming, especially over the next 4 years if you're here in the United States and also all over the world. But, you know, we have each other and we have community, and I hope that we can find the support that it seems we may not receive on the outside within. So all of this to say, I appreciate you so much and thank you. I'm grateful because I have checked on my YouTube a bit, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see that the numbers remain consistent with those who have subscribed to me. So thank you for giving me grace and giving me a bit of time to kind of figure out everything that's going on. So in the next video, I will be showing what I got for Christmas, a few of my favorite things. I would like to record it after this, so I'd like to do ASMR style. I think maybe if I do a whispered video, it might sound a little bit better. This is my normal speaking voice, and this is the most that I've spoken in several days. So thank you again for watching, and I hope that you have a stellar day.